This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of iBlast Moki, which is an Xbox Live title and available in the marketplace for $2.99. iBlast Moki is a really fun logic game, which gives you about 2 to 3 hours of gameplay and plenty of challenging puzzles. In the beginning, they start off pretty simple. The only problem with the game is the menu selection is kind of touchy. But you have to work your way through levels. As you can see, I can barely select this one. That's annoying. Once you're actually in the game, the controls are spotless, however. Okay, well this is making the game look bad. But I really like it. There it goes, finally. You only have to deal with those menus when you actually restart the game and are trying to reopen it. So at first this might look like Angry Birds almost, but it isn't. And what you do is you have to set up these bombs here and then cause these little guys up here to go into the portal. So like for this one, we can set that bomb there and blow it up, and then it knocks those down, which causes him to fall into there. And the visuals of the game are really nice and really simple, but with the floating snow effects and other effects, it looks really great. So here's some of the other levels. Since I already worked through these levels, it remembers where I placed the bombs last time, so I don't need to go through that. And you also want to collect these flowers here, which will allow you to get the gold medal. And you'll get a gold medal based off of how fast you get them all into the portal, and if you collect all the flowers. And then you get a score rating there. So that makes the game really fun. And the variation of levels is really great. Sometimes you have to blow off some of those little platforms so that they can get through. Other times you have to use balloons and other things. This one you just have to kind of manage that somehow. And so they all challenge you in a new way. Like we'll actually go to a different whole stage here, where this stage they actually introduce balloons, I believe. So in this one, we just have to blast off these platforms that are in the way there. And so as you'll see here, you can actually set timers on the bombs. And you can adjust those by spinning the bomb like this. So I have it timed at 2.8 seconds there, and this one goes off in 0.35 seconds, and then that one goes off in 0.5 seconds. So you have to have really precise timing, and you can practice this multiple times until you get it right. That will not affect your score. So that's really nice. This is actually an underwater level, so the entire dynamics of the game change completely. And so as you can see there, my little guy didn't make it all the way. So I need to adjust something here. Maybe I can move this one slightly. So as you can see, the controls work really well, even though they have to be really accurate. Just a bit off. So I could actually go and place that last bomb up here and time that at like 350. That might be good. But that's how you play the game. In the later levels here, I'll try to find one that has balloons in it, like this one. There's balloons and ropes and actually platforms that you can draw, which add to the variation. Yeah, this menu interface is a problem. Hopefully the developers will release an update fixing that, because otherwise this game is spotless. So here, as you can see, I hooked up a balloon here. And when you attach ropes like this, you can grab the end really easily, and then it magnifies up there so that you know what you're connecting it to. So they actually make controlling that really simple. So what's going to happen here is my two guys are going to go up on a balloon, And while that's happening, this bomb is gonna roll down the ball there, which rolls it there, and which will roll them into there. And when those guys get up there, the bomb explodes and pops the balloon, sending them down here. And then this ball rolls onto this little teeter-totter, and then they all roll down into the finish. So on some of the levels, you really have to think outside the box. It makes it really fun and really challenging. This was one of my favorite levels here. So in this level, all you're given is these little platforms which you can draw, and you can move them around and also extend them some. And then you're also given one explosive up here, and you're given one rope, which I used right over here. And that rope there, I have connecting to this thing, which is right there. So watch how all of this interacts to actually solve the puzzle. First, the bomb explodes, pushing those platforms out, sending that down, and that hits the ball, which rolls and bounces off there, and bounces on the next platform, and oh, it's just a bit off. Maybe I need to extend this slightly more. Let's try it again. It's really cool how it just works perfectly. Bounces, 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 and then goes down into here, and then when it hits this thing, that pulls that piece out, which sends them down, and then acts as a ramp. And then in they go. Pretty awesome puzzle. Here's another puzzle where I somehow have to get the character swung around here into the portal. So what I did was I made a little box out of my lines here that I can draw and connect. And then I put a rope here attached to this pivot point, which is just a fixed point in space. And then I put a bomb there to send him swinging. So there he goes, and he swings, and I do miss the flower, but I make it into the portal. So I only get a silver medal for that. Overall, iBlast is a really fun puzzle game that keeps you entertained for a good while. Sure, it only lasts for about 2 or 3 hours, but the puzzles in it are so satisfying that it feels like it lasts a lot longer. And it's just a really entertaining game. The visuals are great, the controls are great, minus the menu navigation. And just the fun that you have in it is incredible. The sounds are great too. Has some really nice music and great sound effects there. It's overall just a really addictive game. So I really recommend iBlast. And if it looks like it'll be a great game, you can pick it up in the marketplace for $2.99. Subscribe to WM Power Users for the latest news and reviews.